What is crack-a-lating? What is crack-a-lacking? How's everybody doing today, man? Salute to everybody out there, man. All of you guys. Salute to all of you guys that are out there. We are in the building. Oh man, we got a great show tonight, man. There's so many stuff that other people aren't covering. And you know what I mean? This is the only channel that's gonna cover a lot of this stuff. So welcome, man. Somebody gotta do it, man. Somebody gotta do it. The political stuff gets you a lot of money on YouTube now, man. But this has always been a crime channel, man. This has always been a crime channel. I tried to get into political stuff, man. I tried to, but at the end of the day, this is a crime channel, man. We cover, the crime on the ground, man. Salute to Frank Jackson, to RPDVK, Arena, Zarutska, Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I second that. Salute to that. Stephanie McCoy in the building, bright and early. Hey, yeah. Yeah, man. We are in the building, man. It's a lot going on right now, man. Out here in the world, man. If you living in the world today, you be hearing the sounds that the Wu-Tang say. Niggas that front, we don't have them, so we blast them. All right. Well, okay. Yeah, it's a lot going on out here, man. Got a great show for you guys. Salute to everybody watching on X. Shout out to everybody watching on Ock Nation News. We about to get into it, man. Without further ado, man, I'm not gonna waste no time, man, tonight, man. We getting right into it, man. I don't have no monologue tonight, man. I could do a monologue, but I'm not gonna do a monologue. Ranting and raving. We gonna get right into it, man.
Nonprofit Urban Alchemy is mourning the loss of one of their San Francisco ambassadors who died Tuesday after being shot outside the main public library in Civic Center last week. KRON 4's Stephanie Rothman has more.
On Friday night, Joey Alexander, one of the Urban Alchemy city ambassadors, did what he's done the last 2 years: discourage criminal activity and drug use in San Francisco's roughest areas. Urban Alchemy spokesperson Jess Montejano.
You know what? In D.C., we got a library called Martin Luther King Jr. Library, right? Martin Luther King Jr. Library, and for some reason, it's treatment centers and halfway houses and shit like that down there, right? Around in the vicinity of the library, which is downtown. Which, of course, those people have nothing to do all day, and they hang out at the library on the Wi-Fi and in and around the library, use it for shelter and shit like that, or place to sleep and stuff like that. So it's just weird the way these democratic cities are run. Why you would have a state-of-the-art library? I mean, just a magnificent structure with all your, prized books and knowledge, hundreds of computers, and like a treatment facility across the street, and a halfway house down the street, and a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, like homeless shelter around the corner. It's just bizarre the way the Democrats run their cities. Because no one wants to go in the fucking library. There's a bunch of vagrants and fucking transients. You gotta like wade through transients and vagrants, step over needles and shit, and And then if you want to use the internet, you're sandwiched between like some fucking smelly vagabond to your left and some fucking schizophrenic she-boon to the right. It's just a damn shame they do that in these democratic cities, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel. We need 10 people to share this on social media tonight. 10 people to hit share under the video. 10 people to just click the share button. 10 people to click the share button and then share it on X or Facebook or whatever you want to share it on. It's a very simple process. It doesn't take long. It takes maybe 10 seconds tops to share this on social media. We need 10 people to do that tonight, man. Let's go.
Nonprofit Urban Alchemy is mourning the loss of one of their San Francisco ambassadors who died Tuesday after being shot outside the main public library in Civic Center last week. KRON 4's Stephanie Rothman has more.
On Friday night, Troy Alexander, one of the Urban Alchemy city ambassadors, did what he's done the last 2 years: discourage criminal activity and drug use in San Francisco's roughest areas. Urban Alchemy spokesperson Jess Montejano says the 60-year-old ex-incarcerated Oakland resident asked a man to stop using drugs outside the main doors of the San Francisco Public Library in Civic Center.
Because there's women and children around, and he didn't want that, to be seen, just like all of our practitioners do. The suspect didn't like that. They exchanged, some words. Pulled a shotgun out of his bag and shot him in the torso area.
According to San Francisco police, 42-year-old Edmund Bowen was arrested after the shooting. Alexander was taken to the hospital where he died on Tuesday. The district attorney's office plans to upgrade Bowen's charges to murder.
There's definitely some fear, amongst Urban Alchemy practitioners right now. It's very easy to see themselves in Mr. Alexander. It's a tight-knit team.
700 San Francisco Urban Alchemy ambassadors have experienced homelessness, drug use, or been incarcerated themselves. Now, they're grieving, holding a memorial outside the library, and later moved the tribute to the Oasis, the main hub for workers in the Tenderloin district.
That was his beat in front of the main library, something that he showed up to work, every day when it was his shift. And they all have shared experience. And that shared experience and the trauma and crisis that they went through individually creates, again, this collective superpower that gives them the motivation and the pride, to give back.
Mayor,
this guy's so fucking woke. Look, this stuff, fine. If you want to give these people jobs to do this shit, but you also need cops, man. You need fucking police down there, man. Need the fucking police down there. If people are smoking in front of the fucking library, doing drugs, shooting up, and fucking rolling up in front of the fucking library, where people, where kids want to do their projects at, and fucking people in the community that just want to go and fucking look up something or check out a book, and you got fucking shit stains out there doing drugs and fuck right in front of the library. You need some fucking cops, man. Clean that shit up in one day. You can clean this up in one day. Trump, I guarantee you Trump could clean this fucking front of this library up in an hour. Press 1. In 1 hour, Trump could clean the front of this library up. 1 hour. They're fucking around with these fucking Urban Alchemy fucking ex-fucking degenerates and shit trying to do the job of police. And you got this fucking weirdo right here who don't know his head from his ass. Well, he probably do know his head from his ass, but he's fucking milking the system. He's getting a big-ass grant to do this dumb shit. Just send some cops or some troops out there and clean that shit up in an hour.
That was his beat in front of the main library, something that he showed up to work, every day when it was his shift. And they all have shared experience. And that shared experience and the trauma and crisis that they went through individually creates, again, this collective superpower that gives them the motivation and the pride, to give back.
Mayor Lurie also mourned Alexander's death, saying on X in part, quote, "Our ambassadors dedicate their lives to the work of helping those on the street. Joey Alexander gave his life for it." Alexander leaves behind one son and two older brothers. Reporting in San Francisco, Stephanie Rothman, KRON 4 News.
New at noon, a somber gathering this morning outside San Francisco's main library where a man fatally shot an Urban Alchemy worker. Joey Alexander died yesterday from his injuries. He was shot on Friday. According to Urban Alchemy, Alexander approached the suspect and asked him to stop openly using drugs. Suspect is said to have pulled a shotgun from his bag, shooting Alexander at close range.
It's an honor to do this work, but it's a very sad day. We're going to lift him up today and every day moving forward when we come out and do this work through love and respect. And we'll never forget today what it feels like. And this is why we do what we do, to serve our community.
The suspected attacker, Edmund Bowen, was arrested immediately after the shooting, booked on murder charges. He has yet to be formally charged. Also new at noon, a coalition of more than 20 Bay Area cities and counties is now suing the Trump administration over its threat to eliminate disaster preparedness funding. The federal funds help ensure regional preparedness for terrorism, natural disasters, and upcoming global events such as Super Bowl 60 and the FIFA World Cup. The lawsuit challenges the administration's attempt to impose conditions on $350 million in federal funds.
Governments shouldn't have to pass a political litmus test to be able to care for their communities. Specifically, our lawsuit alleges that these conditions violate separation of powers and spending power clauses, exceed the executive branch's authority, are unconstitutionally vague, and were imposed arbitrarily.
The White House has not yet commented on the lawsuit. San Francisco leaders explained some of their strategies to reduce crime. District Attorney Brooke Jenkins joined Interim Police Chief Paul Yep at a public forum last night in San Francisco's West Side neighborhood.
This fucking community. This is the police chief and the fucking DA. Jesus Christ. Fucking Christ.
Explained some of their strategies to reduce crime. District Attorney Brooke Jenkins joined Interim Police Chief Paul Yep at a public forum last night in San Francisco's West Side neighborhood. They answered questions about dealing with repeat offenders, juvenile rehabilitation, and crime rates. DA Jenkins says her office is focused on preventing crime through deterrence and early intervention.
Oh, God. Preventing crime through deterrence and early intervention. No. Send in the National Guard, man. No, we locking you up. No more prevention and early intervention. Nah, no more of that. No more money. No more money. That's all that is money. That's money. They want money. No more of that. Nah. Salute though, man. Your grift is commendable.
Yeah, first off, police
Your grift is commendable, man. Your grift is commendable. You are expert grifters. We will give you that.
Get back.
Now at 8, dramatic new video of a shootout between LAPD officers and a man with a gun.
Yeah, KCAL assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now. Mike, we told our viewers about the shooting when this happened, and now we have that video.
And that video is intense, Juan and Susie. Probably one of the more intense videos that we've seen come across the desk when it relates to these body camera videos that we get pretty frequently. Now, I'll show you what happened in this one. LAPD says their Southwest Patrol officers noticed people loitering out in front of a liquor store. This is the person that ultimately the officers engage with. You see him go back inside of the liquor store as as soon as he sees the patrol car coming. Now, the officers decide to stop. They get out of their patrol cars and they walk inside of that liquor store. Now, once they're inside, you see the suspect. He is standing there looking at some items on a shelf there. The officers from Southwest Division begin to speak with him, and the LAPD says as they begin to speak with him, that's when they start to notice that he may have a gun under his shirt. You see the male officer there. He starts to try to get the suspect in handcuffs. He struggles with him.
He's got a lady cop with him.
Runs to the back of the liquor store. He pulls.
He's got a lady cop with him. Look, he got a lady cop. His partner's a lady.
And that's when they start to know.
His partner's a lady. That's gotta suck, man. You going into this fucking environment with these motherfuckers with a chick, man. And I'm sure this woman's brave. I'm sure she's brave. I'm sure she wants to help her community. I'm sure she's, man, she may have wanted to be a police officer all her fucking life. I'm not taking nothing away from her, dedication to her craft and what she may want, her goals in life. Nothing to do with that. It's just, this is a rough environment, man. And this fucker's going in there with a chick backing him up.
Notice that he may have a gun under his shirt. You see the male officer there. He starts to try to get the suspect in handcuffs. He struggles with him. Watch this as the suspect runs to the back of the liquor store. He pulls out a gun and starts shooting at the officers. The officers then return fire.
I don't have no weapons, sir. Hey, just calm down, bro. Hold on. Get out, get out. Get back. Three shots fired off, so Jefferson right there. Come out. Get back.
There's an unreal amount of gunshots that are fired during this exchange, and you can see from the security camera video, this is the second volley where the man is standing in the doorway, allegedly shooting at the officers, according to the LAPD. All the while, there were still people in that store. We saw them. That suspect ultimately runs out. He is caught a few blocks away by responding officers. As you can see, he is injured, but he is standing there, conscious, breathing, and is ultimately taken into custody. He was go to the hospital to get a clearance to book. They did treat him for that gunshot wound. None of the officers in this were injured, remarkably so, though, by the amount of gunfire that happened there.
Incredible video, Mike. All right.
Now, does he ever get out? Does he ever hit the streets again? Or is it like his life over? Because this is California. This guy might, like you just shot at the cops. You just put everybody's life in danger. And look, he gets arrested around the corner without incident. This fucks up BLM's narrative, man. Take the pledge, man. Support the channel. Take the $5 to $10 to $20 pledge. Support the channel. Listen, man. This guy right here. Look at he gave himself up. He had a shootout with the cops, and then he ran, and then he gave himself up, and he's just been arrested. Look at this. Without incident. Without incident. Arrested without incident.
By responding officers. As you can see, he is injured, but he is standing there, conscious, breathing, and is ultimately taken.
Yep. Just.
The first of at least 20 suspects who stormed, ransacked, and robbed a San Ramon jewelry store made his first court appearance.
Yeah, not only does he face conspiracy and robbery charges, the judge set bail at $8 million. NBC Bay Area Jody Hernandez was in court today as he entered a not guilty plea.
The DA appears to be throwing the book at the suspect, charging him with 14 felonies for that brazen jewelry store robbery. But according to the man's attorney, he insists he wasn't at the incident at all.
Big staff, he's innocent. That's exactly right. He was not there. He's innocent.
Despite those claims from a supporter, 27-year-old Jimmy Mac Ray is facing a slew of serious felony charges for his alleged role in the terrifying takeover robbery of Heller Jewelers in San Ramon last week. Prosecutors say he was part of a conspiracy with at least 20 others to storm the store, breaking display cases and stealing $1.7 million in jewelry. Prosecutors say someone in the group fired a gun to break through the store's door that had automatically locked, trapping the mob to make their escape.
The vehicles that they arrived in and the vehicles that they used for the getaway were alleged to be stolen cars. We know that the amount of jewelry that was taken is estimated to be $1.7 million.
The prosecutor told the judge they found some of the stolen jewelry on Ray when they arrested him. The prosecutor says so far $200,000 worth of the jewelry has been recovered and only 4 people have been arrested.
Obviously, they feel they can do it and get away with it because there's not sufficient consequences. Unacceptable.
Community activist Edward Escobar came to court to watch the hearing. He says he's fed up with all the smash and grabs. He's calling on the governor to call in the California National Guard and pleading with local leaders to get tougher on crimes.
Enough is enough.
Once someone is apprehended for these types of crimes, please understand that the district attorney's office will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
Ray faces 1 count of conspiracy and 13 counts of second-degree robbery, charges he pleaded not guilty to.
Ray is innocent.
After hearing the allegations, the judge set bail at $8 million. Ray will be back in court on October 10th for his preliminary hearing. Meanwhile, San Ramon police say they've got some excellent leads and hope to arrest all those involved. In Contra Costa County, Jody Hernandez.
They got Ray in there talking. They got Ray in custody. He the lead. Press 1. He's the lead.
The suspect accused of opening fire on Bourbon Street and killing one woman is still on the run.
That's what police are saying, and we now know the person killed was a mother from Chicago. The coroner identified her as 33-year-old Jessica Williams. WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor live from Bourbon Street with what witnesses say unfolded. Shay.
Gita and Sella, what we do know is that Jessica Williams was in town celebrating her birthday. In fact, social media posts from that night show Jessica with money on her clothes along the street, having the time of her life before it was sadly taken away.
I don't visit Bourbon. I don't go on Bourbon, any of that, because it's always something on Bourbon.
Strong words from a mother who says one of the most popular streets in America is the home of crime she wishes she didn't witness. Sunday morning, Jay says she was riding on Canal Street when all of a sudden traffic came to a standstill. She got out of her vehicle to see what was happening.
And once we got out, we saw the victim's sister that was shot. She was shot in her back. The 2 police officers walked her up from Bourbon to Canal Street. And once she got to Canal Street, she kind of collapsed.
Jay says she ran over to see if she could assist.
She was screaming for them to get away from her, to help her sister, to save her sister, that they were from out of town.
Then,
after they got her into the ambulance, then we seen a second victim. He was covered in blood. He looked lifeless, just kind of limp on the stretcher. It was a very, very, very traumatic experience.
Jay says she went home shaken up, later finding out the extent of what she saw. New Orleans police say 33-year-old Jessica Williams was shot and killed while celebrating her birthday in town from Chicago, her sister included. It is believed Jessica and her sister were innocent bystanders and that a fight potentially led to the gunfire.
That's definitely scary, especially for your birthday. Like, you're out here to try to have fun, and that's the last thing anybody wants, especially coming out of the group.
This man seen with a gray and black hoodie is
God damn, man. That's a sun. Is that a sun burrito? Well, that's a light skin. That's some weird looking sun man. That's one of them goddamn Creoles, man. Creole sun man.
Man seen with a gray and black hoodie is believed to have pulled the trigger.
Like something needs to happen to ensure that the tourists that come from out of town are safe here. Because after a while, nobody's going to want to visit New Orleans.
And not much is known about Jessica other than her traveling from Chicago, also being a mother. I should also note that a lot of people who live and work in this area tell me they're still trying to get over the terror from the terror attack on January 1st. So this definitely rattled a lot of people. If you do know anything at all that could lead to an arrest, you're being urged to contact Crime Stoppers at 822-1111. Reporting live from along Bourbon Street, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News. All right.
Jeez.
A mother is now in jail charged with the death of her 7-year-old son. 7-year-old Maisie Simmons died after his head became stuck in a partially open car window. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Atlanta. And Denise, that little boy died back in the spring.
That's right. And at the time, Atlanta police were called to the scene. They interviewed the little boy's mother, Candace Grace. And this past Monday, she was arrested.
It's sad. It's very sad. It's really heartbreaking.
Homicide units were called to this apartment complex on Scott Street in Southwest Atlanta April 6th. Police say 32-year-old Candace Grace had parked her car in this lot and was passed out in the driver's seat. Her 3 young children were in the back seat. Investigators say her 7-year-old son, Mazzie Simmons, had gotten his head stuck in the window and was unresponsive. One man who lives in the complex remembers that spring day.
When they came out the house, that's when they saw the little boy head stuck in the window, and then she ran back in there. They called the police. Police came about 15, 20 minutes, but I don't think she had got arrested.
Police say a witness banged on the window to try to wake the mother, but couldn't. Investigators say while they tried to question Candace Grace, she kept...
Why didn't they try to get the boy's head out the window? Why'd they call the police? So they left the boy's head in the window, called the police. Am I hearing that right?
Side units were called to this apartment complex on Scott Street in Southwest Atlanta April 6th. Police say 32-year-old Candace Grace had parked her car in this lot and was passed out in the driver's seat. Her 3 young children were in the back seat. Investigators say her 7-year-old son, Mazzie Simmons, had gotten his head stuck in the window and was unresponsive. One man who lives in the complex remembers that spring day.
When they came out the house, that's when they saw the little boy head stuck in the window, and then she ran back in there. They called the police. Police came about 15, 20 minutes, but I don't think she had got arrested.
Police say a witness banged on the window to try to wake the mother, but couldn't. Investigators say while they tried to question Candace Grace, she kept falling asleep. She was given a drug test. The GBI reports she had opioids and THC in her system.
As a mom, my kids wouldn't be in that predicament at all. It's sad, it's devastating, heartbroken for a 7-year-old to life just be taken.
Candace Grace has now been charged with murder. According to a court document, Ms. Grace's state of unconsciousness did not allow her to watch her children actively. Her negligence and failure to supervise her children caused her son to remain in the window for some time, resulting in his death.
She should be arrested because you took an innocent life.
7-year-old Mazzie Simmons died in that car with his 2 younger siblings sitting next to him.
It's heartbreaking because he's 7. His life just beginning. It shouldn't be taken away like that from a parent doing drugs. That's just crazy.
And according to a GoFundMe that was created after Mazzie's death, he brought sunshine into every room with his energy, sweet spirit, and unforgettable smile. Reporting live in Atlanta, Denise Dillon.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Bryant.
Hello and welcome. I'm Tom Haynes. Russ Spencer.
Take the pledge. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. We are in the building, live and direct. Crime is not down. Crime is not down.
As the evening off. That fire happened late Monday night at the Eagles Chapel International Ministries in Austell.
Fox 5's Eric Perry is outside the church. Eric, you talked with the pastor after he learned the news.
Yeah, Courtney, Tom, hello to both of you. That pastor told me that it's exactly the woman who he thought it was. Take a look at some of that damage left behind. This is just a smither of it there. He says he doesn't know why the woman did it, but she was sending threatening messages to his wife and others in the congregation, and even came to the church before asking him for deliverance.
For her as a person, I've forgiven her.
While he forgives,
I'm very happy about that, but it doesn't also change the fact that the church is bent.
Lead pastor of Eagles Chapel International Ministries, Raphael Grant, doesn't
Yo, you guys see, is this nigga here legally, man? Is this tether here legally, man?
Happy about that, but it doesn't also change the fact that the church is bent.
Lead pastor of Eagles Chapel International Ministries, Raphael Grant, doesn't forget. We talked with him Wednesday after he got the news a woman was arrested for arson and burning down his church. Cobb County jail records show Aries Jordan is behind bars and faces several charges in connection.
One of the text messages, she made mention that she was going to burn down the church. She has sent a lot of threats, like she was going to kill one of the ushers in the church.
Grant says his wife, along with other members of the church, received threatening messages from her. Here's a few they received, most using unholy language. I'm told Jordan wasn't a member of the church, but did visit before. One time.
You damn FBAs, man. FBA burning down a tethered church. Ain't that a bitch?
Unholy language. I'm told Jordan wasn't a member of the church, but did visit before, one time asking for deliverance. As investigators work to figure out the why.
We just finished rebuilding everything. I mean, chairs, everything.
Grant and his church family are working to figure out the how. How will they rebuild?
You have to be possessed by a demon to do something like that. You cannot be a logical, rational human being to do that. You have to be possessed by some kind of force, an evil force, in order to do that.
And part of that renovation project was for the administration portion of the building. I'm told they just finished that last Thursday. They were able to use it Sunday, and then that fire happened on Monday. We'll put more information on how you can help this church family here recover. We'll put that on our website, fox5atlanta.com. In Austell, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Just unconscionable, but at least they know who did it now, or at least according to police. Eric, thanks. New at 6, the Atlanta Police Department needs your help to find a man who broke into a business through a vent in the roof. Take a look. You can see the man coming through the ceiling vent at the Fetch Dog Park on Daniel Street yesterday morning. He then loads several items into a black bag. If you happen to know who that guy is, call Crime Stoppers.
In DeKalb County, an early morning shooting at a gas station sent one person to the hospital, but police say that person is the one who will be charged. Officers say they tried to attack someone with a knife at a gas station on Boulder Press Road shortly before 4:30 this morning. There was a struggle, and the suspected attacker was shot. Investigators say the intended victim of the knife attack was not seriously hurt. Police will charge the person who was shot once they're released from the hospital. A 17-year-old Fayette County girl is credited with saving her neighbor from a vicious dog attack.
And she used an unusual weapon to get the dogs to stop. Fox 5's Doug Evans talked with the young hero and the victim.
Christy Maxwell tells me that she was walking her dog in this Fayette County neighborhood when she suddenly found herself surrounded by 2 German Shepherds. She admits at first it seemed like a playful encounter, but then it turned into a vicious attack. She and her dog were both seriously injured, and it could have been worse, much worse, if not for the quick actions of her 17-year-old neighbor, Sailor Ziegler. What do you think of this kid sitting next to you?
I love her. I love her. I feel like she saved my dog's life, but I really think that she could have gone after me too, but I'm serious. I will always know her. She's pretty special. She's fearless. Oh my God. But she's fearless.
A nice moment between Christy Maxwell and Sailor Ziegler. Christy says there were other people too afraid to get out of their cars to stop the dog attack, but not Sailor, as you're about to see.
I can't explain the feeling. I just went there to help. I just felt right.
Here's the video from Sailor's family. She says she was on her way to take an AP psychology test that morning. But take note, it's Sailor who'd be teaching that day's lesson. The video shows the two shepherds circling Sailor's car. She asked Christy on the street if she needed help. Soon things would change dramatically, though, when the dogs decided to go for Christy's dog, Maddie. The video captures Christy's screams and Sailor's quick action.
Ma'am, bring your dog over here.
Sailor says she looked in her trunk for a weapon, and the only thing she could find was a makeup mirror. Okay, now would be a good time to tell you that Sailor is a cheerleader and a junior at McIntosh High School, and that mirror, well, wielding it is right in her wheelhouse, and her mom told me it would be bloody when Sailor was done with it. The mirror worked. The dogs retreated, but the damage was done. Christy was bitten and bruised, would spend the night in the hospital, and Maddie, poor Maddie, required numerous stitches, but is expected to make a full recovery.
Thank God she was there, because I don't know what would have happened. And when I saw her and her arm was covered in blood and her head was bleeding, and I didn't know when she hit the ground, so I just ushered her back to her house.
As for those two dogs, Fayette County Animal Control tells me the owner was cited. Sailor says she's got big plans for her future. She hopes to attend UGA.
The owner was cited?
And then go to medical school.
Shout out to that white girl, man. Shout out to that brave glider girl, man. Shout out to this brave glider princess, man. She saved that old senior citizen, man. That lady might have died in that attack. That attack may have killed that lady, man. That woman could have died. Salute to her, man.
I didn't know when she hit the ground, so I just ushered her back to her house.
As for those two dogs, Fayette County Animal Control tells me the owner was cited. Sailor says she's got big plans for her future. She hopes to attend UGA and then go to medical school. In Fayette County, Doug Evans, Fox 5 News.
A rabies alert for part of DeKalb County.
Salute for that. Salute to that. Salute to that girl, man. Shout out to that girl, man. So much going on. So much. It's the start to a crazy week in these Democrat strongholds, man.
Stunning new video of a gang-fueled massacre in real time. 40 rounds fired in 6 seconds as innocent people scurry to safety. A killing field, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, which released the footage from troubled hangout known as Taste of the City. The firefight leaving 3 dead and 10 wounded in August. This evidence released Wednesday after the FBI arrested the first of 3 alleged shooters. Prosecutors say Elijah Roy, seen highlighted in yellow, was one of 5 people to open fire. 2 of the gunmen were killed. Was he at the club that day? The 25-year-old suspect's mother and sister leaving the courthouse after Roy's arraignment without comment. However, the alleged gang member cried as he was led to jail and told his family, "I want to go home."
He's a 25-year-old young man who's in federal custody, just got transported from 20 hours.
25 is not a young. He's old enough, man. He's old enough. He's acting like he fucking 15 or some shit. Mehdi Esmidi. Don't you go check this guy, see if he's got his papers, man. Hey, man, you got your papers?
Courthouse after Roy's arraignment without comment. However, the alleged gang member cried as he was led to jail and told his family, "I want to go home."
He's a 25-year-old young man who's in federal custody, just got transported from 20-hour lockdown in North Carolina. Of course he's scared.
The feds say they found the ex-con hiding out in North Carolina, alleging two Brooklyn rival gangs chose to settle a score, putting countless lives in the crosshairs. Out of the 10 shooting survivors, at least 2 have filed lawsuits against the Taste of the City Lounge for not providing adequate security that night, they say, which has left them with lasting physical and emotional scars.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. How do 5 different people get in the club with a gun? Think about it. In New York City, this ain't like constitutional carry. This is New York City. How do 5 different people get into a club with guns? That's a lot of. Who was the doorman that night? Fucking Stevie Wonder and shit. Like who was working the door that night? Where 5 different people got into the club with guns.
Lives in the crosshairs. Out of the 10 shooting survivors, at least 2 have filed lawsuits against the Taste of the City Lounge for not providing adequate security that night, they say, which has left them with lasting physical and emotional scars. One of them, Amadou Ba, is represented by attorney Nick Romcheritar.
When he entered the lounge, no one searched him. They waved him through.
Saying the 25-year-old is now unable to work.
Okay, so that's how it happened. Okay, that's how it happened. All right.
Eritar.
When he entered the lounge, no one searched him. They waved him through.
Saying the 25-year-old is now unable to work his construction job after being shot in the ankle.
Because of that.
I was in Queens. I told you I drove to New York the other day. And you know, JFK is in Queens, right? So we ended up getting off the exit. You know, when you come leave the airport, you got to go through Queens, right? Yo, Jamaica, Queens, that used to be a black neighborhood back in the 90s. That was a black neighborhood. Like, you know, Ja Rule, 50 Cent, all that shit, you know, come out of there. There was a black neighborhood. Black American FB. I don't know if FBA necessarily, but second generation tethers and FBA blacks that had been, you know, blacks. You go there now, you lucky if you see a fucking black person. It's all fucking Iranians, Bangladesh, hombredos, just all types of fucking weird looking brown people. You can't find a black American in Queens, at least from when I was driving through there. I was like, God damn. Motherfuckers that look like him and shit.
He suffers from PTSD. He's scared to go into just a normal establishment.
As to who shot whom, Roy's attorney says it's unclear.
I can't make heads or tails of what is or isn't in his hand on the video. What I saw was my client leaving a establishment and falling down.
Whether he left with a smoking gun will be for a jury to decide.
Jeez. Take the $5 challenge. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. Support the channel. Whew, I'm telling you, man.
On September 29th.
Stunning new video of a
And we start with some breaking news now at 10. A convicted killer mistakenly released from a Miami-Dade jail has been recaptured after a multi-state manhunt. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry. James Edwards was found in Georgia, and tonight we're learning that an elected official there is accused of helping him evade police. CBS News Miami's Anna McCosker is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade where Edwards was accidentally released on Saturday. Anna, fill us in on this story.
Jim, law enforcement has spent the last several days searching for this man, and he was convicted of kidnapping, torturing, and murdering 2 men back in 2020.
After being mistakenly released from prison on Saturday, 60-year-old James Daniels is back in custody after he was arrested in Reynolds, Georgia. Daniels was convicted of killing 2 men in Opelika in 2020 after kidnapping, torturing, and robbing them. Opelika in 2020.
Damn. Those are gliders, man. Those look like gliders. Tortured and kidnapped them. That nigga tortured and kidnapped these dudes, man. That's an Ecuadorian. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, drug trade. Drug dealers. Yeah. Maybe so.
20 after kidnapping, torturing, and robbing them. There was a third victim who survived. Daniels was sentenced to life in prison. He served prison time for those murders before being transferred last week from a state facility in Lake City, Florida to Miami-Dade custody to face additional local charges. But just 2 days later, corrections officials mistakenly released him. U.S. Marshals later received a tip that Daniels was in Reynolds, Georgia. He was arrested Wednesday along with Reynolds councilwoman Tamisha Price, who was
city councilwoman. What was he doing with a city councilwoman? Tanisha Price. Jeez. That was a twist. That was a hell of a twist.
U.S. Marshals later received a tip that Daniels was in Reynolds, Georgia. He was arrested Wednesday along with Reynolds councilwoman Tamisha Price, who was charged with hindering the apprehension of a criminal. Price was allegedly in contact with Daniels. It's still unclear how the two know each other, and authorities say more charges could be filed.
And as for how Daniels was released, the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office says they are investigating that, and they tell us that anyone who is found responsible will be held accountable. But for now, reporting live from TGK, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Shit. Jeez.
To reconvene next week and take a look at, what's next.
The what next is what many Des Moines parents are waiting for following the resignation of Superintendent Ian Roberts. Good evening, I'm Erin Kiernan.
And I'm Samantha Mesa. Roberts submitted his resignation yesterday afternoon, and the school board unanimously accepted it last night.
Associate Superintendent Matt Smith is now serving in the interim role as the board considers a possible national job search to fill the role. WHO 13 Zach Fisher is live near Greenwood Elementary School, and you talked to parents today. Several of them shared their feelings about all of this controversy.
That's right, Aaron and Samantha. Chatting with him today, several parents on and off camera, you can imagine they have mixed feelings as the events have unfolded over the last several days. It's a lot to take in for parents of the district. We heard from parents talk about their belief in the board to find the district's next superintendent. Today, I also asked several about the $265 million bond referendum that will be on the ballot for Des Moines taxpayers on November 4th. Roberts was the spearhead of that effort, coining it Reimagining Education. Here are two different...
It's Tether, man. He took a job from a good FBA, man. Coming over here taking our jobs, man.
Are two different reactions from parents.
I just want the best for the school district. I want the best for the kids and the students. If that means, taxpayer dollars, additional taxpayer dollars, I'm all for it. I just want to make sure that this Des Moines school district is in the best possible position moving forward.
I don't know what we need $260 million for when we can't keep our schools safe. And I originally voted yes. Like when they came around with the petition, I signed yes for that. But you can't even tell me that all these people have degrees, don't have a criminal background.
These people.
Tell me that all these people have degrees, don't have a criminal background.
Jackie Norris said on Monday, she's the president of the Des Moines Public School Board, that part of that referendum process and why they still feel confident was the parent involvement in that survey that they had prior to establishing this to put it on the ballot. It's something that Wicker says, she had voted yes for, but doesn't see herself voting for actually on Election Day. That's coming up in less than a month here. And the actual public opinion on the public school board might be, coming up on Election Day. The results of that referendum might just be more of an indication of how Des Moines taxpayers are feeling about it in general, Aaron.
So many moving pieces in this story and so many potential ramifications. Zach Fisher with the latest. Thank you.
Man. Jesus Christ. These people are something else, man. You damn sons. Jeez.
Now to an I-Team investigation. News4JAX has learned the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office faces a federal lawsuit over a 2022 incident caught on body cam.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The lawsuit claims the department's gang unit and K-9 violently took down the wrong man as he was leaving a doctor's appointment. And joining us now in studio is News4JAX anchor Tarek Minor.
All right, they made a fucking mistake.
Yes, so Tarek, you spoke with the lawyer about the federal lawsuit and actually got more details about what happened in that body camera video.
It's interesting. A former JSO detective now serving a 24-year prison sentence for an unrelated sex crime against a child also took part in that takedown on that video and can be seen in the body camera shared with News4JAX today. Now, the man's lawyer in all this, John Phillips, says police not only misidentified his client, Jamari Brooks, he says they also released their canine dog after Brooks laid down to surrender. JSO is denying all wrongdoing in response.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
It's body-worn camera video of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office gang unit in 2022, pouncing on Jamari Brooks in front of his chiropractor's office. Authorities deployed their canine dog, Huck, which tore into Brooks' left arm. Brooks was immediately met with officers who had their guns drawn, giving him various commands.
You've got alternating commands that are inconsistent, like stop, come here. You got multiple officers that are all SWAT that are giving, don't move, put your hands behind your back.
Brooks' lawyer, John Phillips, calls the police report filed by the gang unit dysfunctional. The report says the gang unit tried to stop a car, but it sped away. JSO followed the car to a medical complex and watched as a black male wearing a black shirt and a lime green hat walked into an office. The report says the same man came out of the office about 1 to 2 minutes later.
There was no police chase. There was no crime. There was nothing to warrant this response. And yet he's, beaten and has the dog put on him. And the police report wildly describes an incident that body camera completely disagrees with.
The lawsuit states that Brooks immediately lay face down on the pavement with his arms outstretched, and lawyers allege an officer slammed his head onto the pavement and kneeled on his back. K-9 Hucks bit Brooks for about a minute. Also seen in this 2022 video is former JSO officer Jose Garriga, who's serving a 24-year prison sentence for an unrelated sex crime.
God damn, you on burritos, man.
K-9 Hucks bit Brooks for about a minute. Also seen in this 2022 video is former JSO officer Jose Garriga, who's serving a 24-year prison sentence for an unrelated sex crime. Phillips says while Garriga is on scene, he can be heard on video telling his colleagues they arrested the wrong man. The lawsuit states that Garriga says it ain't him.
Well, actually, I guess I'll be deposing him in prison and confirming why he knew or when he knew this was, Jabari Brooks was not the person they were looking for.
Phillips says even after Garriga identified Brooks as the wrong suspect, officers still filed this police report that he says has multiple factual errors.
They had their agenda. And if we don't hold officers more responsible, not just for mistakes, I think we got to hold them, responsible for some mistakes, but malfeasance, then what good are they? And it's going to impugn the entire credibility of an entire police force and an entire profession that is otherwise honorable.
According to documents that we obtained, we learned the defendant was under observation by police because the suspect police were looking for was believed to be in the same car or a car similar to the one Brooks was riding in. In response to the lawsuit in federal court, an attorney for Sheriff T.K. Waters denies any wrongdoing on behalf of his officers. We asked JSO if their officers violated policy, which would...
Starting the page.
Our next guest is making history and inspiring others all around the world. And get this, she's...
Your hairline is making history. Your hairline is inspiring others all across the world. Damn, baby. Damn, baby. I'm not going to be able to do. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Take the pledge. Support the channel. Support Arc Nation Black Colombo News. We are coming to you live and direct. Yo, she literally looked like a skit on Saturday Night Live or some shit. No bullshit, man. Damn, bro.
Our next guest is making history and inspiring others all around the world. And get this, she's only 13 years old. Naomi DeBerry was just featured on Time Magazine's first ever Girls of the Year list, which recognizes 10 young girls for their leadership and commitment to solving problems in their communities. Naomi is the only honoree on the list who is from the United States. She was chosen for advocating for...
Damn. She the only one, so only one girl from the United States made the list? Time Girls of the Year. Only one American girl made the list. Man, we slacking, man. And it was a goddamn... Let's see what this chick did, man. Let's see what this chick... This is the best girl in America, man.
...to solving problems in their communities. Naomi is the only honoree on the list who is from the United States. She was chosen for advocating for organ donations after she wrote a children's book called My Daddy Needs a Gift. It's inspired by her own true story about her father's kidney transplant. She hopes it will educate others about the process. And lucky us, Naomi joins us now. Naomi, it is so great to see you. Such an honor to have you here. And I imagine an honor to make this list. How are you feeling?
It feels good. It feels great. It's such an honor to be able to be a part of the Time Magazine's first ever Girl of the Year list.
Well, Naomi, I would love to take a step back for a moment to where this all started, because you were just 6 years old when you learned your dad, who is also an MSNBC opinion editor, needed a kidney transplant. First, how did it feel to get that news, especially at such a young age?
It was a little overwhelming, I might say, because at the time I was sick. So I didn't understand fully. I couldn't comprehend everything that was going on. I knew my dad was sick, but I did not know that he was suffering from kidney disease. And at the time when he had gotten the transplant, I was still, it was a whole bunch of things going on, partly because COVID had just hit as well. And so we were living in a double pandemic, one outside in the big world and inside of our house as well. So we were trying to be very cautious and safe, which very much isolated me from everyone else.
I mean, it sounds overwhelming, and yet you chose to turn that overwhelm into a book. Why?
I wrote this book so that other kids wouldn't feel the same way that I did, so that other kids wouldn't have to go through without having a resource or representation in their fields and their communities, because I know that this was definitely something I needed when I was 6 years old.
And you're spreading this beyond even the borders of the U.S. You actually went to Ghana this summer and shared your book in a rural area there. What was that like?
It was a blessing to be able to go, because going to the other side of the world, it gives you a whole new perspective. It shows you that there are people doing incredible things all over the world. And when we actually went to a village, and I was able to give some books to the community, to the village, so that we can spread organ awareness as far as it can possibly go. And that's the main goal.
I mean, Naomi, you are inspiring and teaching so many others. And when people get overwhelmed, so often they channel that either into dissociation, not paying attention, or distraction. You have chosen to use your voice and share your experience. What is your message to someone who maybe is going through their own difficult experience or has a family member who is?
I want people to take from this that when someone is sick, it doesn't only impact them, it impacts their whole family. And I want people to realize they should be there for each other, to love with each other, because, again, not every story is going to end the way ours did. And so you never really know how much time you have left. So spend time with each other. Take care of each other.
Well, Naomi.
Wow, that's a very impressive young lady, man. And that's a very impressive young sister, man. Salute to her father, man. Her father must be very proud, man. That's a very impressive young sister, man. Yo, that's a very impressive young sister. That might be the most impressive sister. Oh man, listen. Not to be hyperbolic, man. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, man. I ain't trying to be hyper. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all decide, man. I'm gonna let y'all decide, man. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna give my opinion, man. I'm gonna ask y'all, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Take this poll, man. What's her name? Let me find out her name. What's her name, man? What's this girl's name? What's her name?
On the list, who is from the United States and commitment to solving problems in their communities. Naomi is the only honoree. Naomi, man. So yeah, man, I want you guys to take this poll, man.
Take this poll, man. And take the $5 challenge, man. Support the channel, man. We cooking tonight, man. We need some people to support tonight's show to take the challenge, to take the pledge, to support the channel tonight. We need some people to pledge to support the channel tonight. Salute to everybody watching on I'm dropping the poll on I'm putting the poll up on Black Columbo. I'm putting the poll on Black Columbo right now for all the people watching over there. This is a very impressive young lady, man. I think, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. And everybody hit that like button, man. Jeez. Smash that like button, man. I want to know. This is a very impressive young lady, if you ask me, man.
And you have chosen to use your voice and share your experience. What is your message to someone who maybe is going through their own difficult experience or has a family member who is?
I want people to take from this that when someone is sick, it doesn't only impact them, it impacts their whole family. And I want people to realize they should be there for each other, to love with each other, because, again, not every story is going to end the way ours did. And so you never really know how much time you have left. So spend time with each other. Take care of each other.
Well, Naomi DeBerry, such a pleasure to have you and your time. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll see you on more lists ahead. You're watching NBC News.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Salute to that. Salute to that sister, man. Jesus. See, Ock Nation, man. Even though they call me even though they call me a sellout and Uncle Ruckus, none of them gonna do that story, right? You ain't gonna see that story on no other channels, on none of these other channels. I promise you. You ain't gonna see that story of that sister on none of these other channels, man. Man. Forget about yesterday, 'cause I want you so bad. Make love me like you never had. Let's see. Lace front.
A woman caught and cuffed after police say she pulled off a scheme stealing rental cars from her employer.
Authorities say the woman worked at Hertz at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. And Local 10's Sanella Bovic is live at the airport with much more on the charges she's now facing. Sanella.
That's right, Janice and Louie. Investigators calling this an inside job, that the woman worked here at this Hertz Airport location, manning the security gate, and allowed these thieves to allegedly leave with not one, not two, but 12 vehicles.
12 cars stolen from this Hertz car rental center. The person deputies say is responsible for letting the thieves get away with it is former employee Savannah Harsha Phillips. She's now behind bars. According to an arrest report, the thefts happened at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport location on Friday, May 16th at 11 p.m. A security manager told investigators surveillance video captured 3 men walking into the garage, scoping out cars. They'd allegedly get into the cars, drive to the security gate, and make contact with Phillips. She's seen on camera pressing a button inside the booth, allowing the barrier arms to rise. Authorities mentioned the men returned a short time later and retrieved more vehicles. It only took an hour to swipe a dozen cars. All makes, models, and tags on the cars were documented, and Hertz management discovered there were no authorized contracts for rent on any of the cars. The arrest report goes on to say management was alerted to the thefts 2.5 weeks later on June 3rd after receiving 2 calls, one from a Hertz in Texas and another in Virginia, claiming the stolen cars were involved in crimes in those states. When Phillips was confronted by management, she allegedly became rude and irate, quitting and walking out of the office.
Holy shit.
Claiming the stolen cars were involved in crimes in those states. When Phillips was confronted by management, she allegedly became rude and irate, quitting and walking out of the office. She's now facing 13 charges. 12 of those are grand theft charges. Phillips' bond has been set at $62,000.
And according to that arrest report, Hertz, the company, says that it took a hit of nearly $60,000 in this theft. That is the latest. Reporting live out of Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, Sinella Sabovic, local.
Jeez. Woo.
Road rage lands a couple behind bars. They're accused of firing a gun while
These lace fronts are mean. Yo, look. How long has the lace front era been, man? The lace front era, we are we 10 years deep in the lace front era? Are we 10 years deep in the lace front era, or was we like, I don't know. Jeez. Jeez. I'm with a bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how deep we are in the lace front era, but it's time for a change, man. Them lace fronts is doing something to their brains, man. These lace fronts are doing something to their brains. Okay? These lace fronts are doing something to their brains. They can't handle it, man. This shit not right, man. They gonna find out down the line that lace fronts got some type of chemical in it or some shit. You know they gonna find that out. They gonna recall all the lace fronts. Anybody with a lace front gonna be able to sue the beauty supply stuff. Anybody with a lace front gonna be able to sue, man. Jeez. My God. My Lord. My Lord. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Let's man, let me see something. I'm doing something right quick. All right, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. John Brown and Luann Sorrell. Oh, that's the name of the reporters. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Road rage lands a couple behind bars. They're accused of firing a gun while their child was in the car. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. Orlando police say the mother opened fire while their baby was in the back seat. Fox 35's Manny Martinez joins us live with that story. So, Manny, this happened right there on an I-4 on-ramp.
Yeah, John, right along Michigan Avenue. This is a busy stretch of road. Police say 2 shots fired right here with the bullets, police say, going through the other driver's door.
This Orlando couple spent the night under the same roof, but inside the walls of the Orange County Jail. Christopher Florestal and Sierra Gooden were arrested Tuesday. Orlando police say Florestal was driving this blue Chevy Cruze one morning 2 weeks ago with Gooden in the passenger seat and their 8-month-old baby in the back. Police say a driver reported Florestal cut him off along Michigan Avenue, and when the driver pulled up next to the couple, police say Gooden shot twice out her window. Cops found this shell casing near the I-4 on-ramp and say it came from the gun used by Gooden. Cops tracked the couple down just hours later with the help of surveillance cameras and plate readers. Police say Gooden admitted then to the shooting, saying with the baby in the back, she was worried about what the other driver could have done.
I believe that. I believe her. Listen, don't think I'm going soft on the sisters because of that, because of Naomi, man. I'm not going soft on the sisters, man. But I believe that, man. I believe her. If I cut you off and you pull up beside me, man, especially if you a nigga or some shit, it don't matter what you is. I'm going to be nervous.
Off along Michigan Avenue, and when the driver pulled up next to the couple, police say Gooden shot twice. Month-old baby in the back. Police say a driver reported Florestal cut him off along Michigan Avenue, and when the driver pulled up next to the couple, police say Gooden shot twice out her window. Cops found this shell casing near the I-4 on-ramp and say it came from the gun used by Gooden. Cops tracked the couple down just hours later with the help of surveillance cameras and plate readers. Police say Gooden admitted then to the shooting, saying with the baby in the back, she was worried about what the other driver could have done. Officers built their case and got arrest warrants, clamping the cuffs on Florestal near the scene of the crime, and then making a house call to arrest Gooden. He's charged with driving a vehicle from which shots are fired. She's charged with shooting into an occupied vehicle, shooting from a vehicle, and aggravated assault with a firearm. Case paperwork shows they were due to be married. Now they're due in court.
They were due to be married. Now they're due in court. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. I mean, listen. That other driver, especially, what's this, Florida? Yeah, Florida. Everybody got guns now. It's constitutional carry down in Florida now. Last Thursday, I think Thursday, they switched over to constitutional carry. Yeah, Florida's a shit show now. Yeah, man. If you want to come up, the link is in the description, man. Salute to everybody, man. We are in the building, man. Let's see if we can get some people to support the channel tonight, man. Let's see if we can get some people to support the channel. Support the channel, guys. Take the $5 challenge. Take the $10 challenge. Take the $20 challenge. Support tonight's program. If you're being entertained, man. If you're being entertained, man, it's me or Jimmy Kimmel, man. Late night, man. It's me or Jimmy Kimmel, man. You got a choice, man. Me or Jimmy Kimmel. But I honestly, man, I can understand this young lace front mother's hair. This young lace front mother's concerns, man. Because you can cut somebody off by accident. And then they pulling up beside you and shit. Like, I get cut off sometime on the highway. I don't never pull up beside the motherfucker and, like, start, jaw jacking with him and shit. I just be like, all right, fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm pulling up beside you, that makes somebody think that you on some bullshit. And she was. I can understand this little lace front mommy. What little lace front mommy was thinking.
Walk out of jail at any moment. A judge decided today to grant them release on bond. As far as we know from the paperwork that we found in this case, the other driver was not hers. We're live in Orlando. Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Manny, thank you.
Yeah, man. Man, these sisters, man. I get one good sister and then the algorithms. This the algorithm, man. This algorithm ain't shit, man. I get one good sister and they start sending me all this shit.
Now, Channel 3 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Thanks for joining us on The Wax. For Eyewitness News at 12:30, I'm Kara Sundlin. We begin with breaking news. A woman is accused of killing her own daughter, and Wethersfield police have arrested Raja Drain. She's accused of killing her 2-year-old child in North Carolina. Drain is now facing a judge today in New Britain. And your reporter, Dylan Fearon, is live outside the courthouse with the latest on this terrible story. Dylan?
Well, Kara, it's horrific, and Raja Drain just faced a judge a couple of minutes ago who doubled her bond from $1 million to $2 million. And now sheriffs in North Carolina will be coming up to Connecticut to pick Raja up and bring her back to North Carolina as she will be extradited. Her daughter, Jamie Drain, died on December 2nd, 2024. Her autopsy revealed she had been killed, and now her mother, Raja Drain, has been charged with murder and child abuse. Police say the two of them were in a kitchen in Bertie County, North Carolina, with the mother claiming Jamie had fallen face first, hitting her forehead. But Jamie's autopsy showed she had extensive head trauma with severe injuries to her scalp and face, plus a brain bleed. A grand jury indicted Raja Drain, and then last night, Wethersfield police were called to a home because of a domestic issue. Drain was there. She was arrested, and while investigating her, police realized she had been indicted for her daughter's death. We just heard from sheriffs in North Carolina about the case.
Our team will begin the process to extradite her back to North Carolina to face the charges of murder and felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury.
And we know 2-year-old Jamie Drain was born in Waterbury. Kara, we will be hearing from her father, who was at that press conference in North Carolina later tonight. I'm your reporter live in New Britain, Dylan Fearon, Channel 3.
Hey, man. Jeez.
Mother says she finally has a smile on her face tonight, and she hasn't had one in a long time. The news today, she found out about a life-changing update in her daughter's death. 19-year-old Kenesha Turner was a student at North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro. She was killed October 25th of 2022 in an off-campus mass shooting. Today, police finally announced an arrest. WXI 12's Bethany Cates sat down with her mother. She joins us live now in the newsroom tonight. Bethany, how is she processing all of this?
Latoya Rucker tells me this news brings her great joy. And while she's happy, she says it also brings back chilling memories. She described Kenesha as a loving, empathetic, and a standout daughter.
Lord, I just want to thank you. That's how I feel. I'm grateful.
After 3 years of unanswered questions surrounding the death of 19-year-old Kenesha Turner, Latoya Rucker says finding out someone is charged and being held accountable gave her a spark that she hasn't felt in a long time about her daughter.
I'm thankful. I'm happy. I'm still a little sad because, it just makes me replay everything. But I'm ecstatic. I'm so grateful.
The Greensboro Police Department says it has charged Rashawn Weaver in connection to Turner's death.
Shocking. Shocking. Shocking.
He was arrested without incident and charged with first-degree murder.
Rucker says when she first heard the news of her daughter's death the night of October 25th, 2022, it didn't seem real.
When I first heard it, I was like, that's Kenesha? No, I'm for real? That's all I could think, and I just sat on the floor.
And she says as the years continue to go by, not seeing her be able to walk across the stage and achieve various milestones hits different.
Watching her friends grow and, she's not here to grow, and that graduation thing is just bothered my soul so bad.
And while her Kenesha is no longer with her, she has many reminders that keep her going and knowing that everything is going to be just fine.
I know that nobody's perfect, but in my eyes, she was the perfect child.
Greensboro police say this investigation isn't over, and 15-year-old Ronald Snipes was also shot and killed that night. Police have not charged anyone for his death or the shooting of the 4 other people. In studio, I'm Bethany Cates for WXII 12 News.
Jeez. You niggas be wetting shit up at the HBCUs, man. Jeez.
Was a revenge killing, according to investigators, but the family accused of planning a murder targeted the wrong man.
Mother and son were found guilty yesterday, and today they were sentenced. ABC 13's Jessica Willey is live with the jury's decision and the hunt for the fugitive father. All new at 10, Jess.
Yeah, tonight the mother and son are at the Harris County Jail awaiting transfer to prison. The mother was sentenced to 25 years, the son to 40 years. The victim's family tells me those punishments are fair. As for this case, investigators say this was a family affair, the murder of Eddie Clark III. He was targeted, though he did nothing wrong.
I think the jury saw that for what it was, which was a plan of attack.
Joe Argueta reacting to his 40-year sentence with sobs. Mom, Florinda Argueta, with her head down when sentenced to 25 years. The mother and son on trial for murder since last week. 2 out of the 4 family members charged in the mistaken identity death of Eddie Clark III.
Eddie was just on his way home from work. He had nothing to do with it. He was just living down the street, unfortunately, that night.
A neighbor's camera showed some of the confrontation from 2021. Clark driving the Dodge Charger boxed in by cars that deputies say were driven by the Argueta family. He turns around and speeds down the street as he's chased by people on foot. Joe, who was 19 at the time, admitted to firing multiple shots. Records say Clark, with a fatal wound, crashed into a tree. The sound caught on video. During trial, prosecutors argued it was all planned, though they targeted the wrong person. The Argueta home in the Westminster Landing subdivision in northwest Harris County had been repeatedly vandalized. So the family came up with a plan to, quote, take care of the problem. Text messages showed in court revealed that Joe told his girlfriend he didn't care about leaving a mom with no son. And on the morning of the deadly shooting, investigators said his mother texted that he could find the gun under the mattress.
And I think that was helpful in helping them see and understand the time and energy that went into this.
With 2 convicted and sentenced, there are 2 more to go. Joe's uncle, Margarito Alcantar, is in jail in the Valley, and Joe's father, Luis Argueta, is on the run, though believed to be out of the country. Recently named the first ever Houston's Most Wanted list, he has never been arrested, despite many public pleas.
Right now, the Clark family's only been able to see 50% of the people brought to justice, and we won't rest until we get 100% for them.
Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Wow. Wow. Jeez.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Collins. Welcome to Fox 26 News at 5. At this hour, investigators are searching for the people behind a shooting that injured a teen and 2 women. We're hearing from a witness to all of that violence. Fox 26's Leslie Delasore is joining us live now in Cypress, where this has all happened. Leslie, what have you learned today?
That's right, Caroline. Well, just behind me here in this home, a teen, a mother, and a grandmother were all shot. Luckily, they did survive, but here's what we know. Precinct 5 deputies responded to this block after officials say a woman called and reported being shot when a group of teenagers arrived at her home to fight with her grandson. However, while authorities were at the home, they learned
a group of teens arrived at her home to fight with her grandson. Jesus Christ.
and reported being shot when a group of teenagers arrived at her home to fight with her grandson. However, while authorities were at the home, they learned a 17-year-old boy came here and was arguing with someone over the phone. He later stepped out to the driveway, followed by several family members who were urging him to go back inside. A group of teenagers approached, and a verbal fight escalated to gunfire between the 17-year-old and the other teenage boys. Now, we talked to a parent who lives nearby. Here's what he had to say.
Me and the kids just inside hanging out, heard a few loud pops. I was under the assumption it was fireworks. My oldest son came into me and said, "That wasn't fireworks, man. I saw the gunfight." So after that, I mean, this was about 6:09, about 6:15, the entirety of Precinct 5 was on scene. It was pretty quick. Good response from the precinct, I'll say that much. To my understanding, it was a verbal altercation, and the unfortunate circumstance is, these kids these days, they don't know how to use their words to solve problems, so they result to violence and anger, and, it's sad, but it's the reality of these days. We've been here 10 years, and I'd say in the last 5, things have just started to kind of come down. Yeah, I mean, just like 4th of July, it just sounded like somebody setting off around a Black Cats in the middle of the street. So I was just under the assumption that it was a verbal altercation due to, well, I guess, I heard yelling and screaming from the street, but that'd be it. It's terrifying. I mean, my kids grew up here. They like to play outside, but, lately we're staying inside, staying inside where it's safe. I mean, aside from the fact that there's no sidewalks on the street, now we've got to worry about the potential of gun violence. It's heartbreaking. It's not easy. Talk to your kids. Let them know that, violence isn't the answer. Words can solve problems much easier. And, hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them.
Thank you, white man. Thank you, white man. Very profound comments from this white man, man. Glider, man. Salute the glider, man. Eric S. says, I saw a story where a guy got deleted on the train. That transit agency I work for. DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit. I didn't dive into it. DART. Dallas Area Rapid Transit. Let me see. Let's see. Here it is. Bada bing, man. Take the $5 challenge. Support the channel, guys. Pledge. Take the $5 pledge. Pledge your allegiance to the flag of Black Colombo of Ak Nation and to the republic from which it stands. Let's go. White dude. White dude got his TV turned off, man.
We want to get now to those new developments we're learning about a shooting at a DART train station. In fact, DART officials didn't share any information about the shooting until we started asking questions. And today, they did indeed confirm a shooting happened.
The victim's been identified, 53-year-old Daniel Gormley, and we're learning a little bit more about him through his employer today, who spoke with our Marissa Armas.
At Po Melvin's in Irving, this restaurant is a little dimmer.
Most of the time he was behind the bar. He would bartend and manage at the same time.
53-year-old Daniel Gormley was the restaurant manager for the last 5 years. Po Melvin's owner Melvin Lemaine says he's known Gormley since the mid-90s.
He was always very dependable, very hospitable. He was a great employee. He was always here early. He would bring in donuts for the staff, paid out of his own pocket. He was a good man, good employee.
But on Monday night, the backbone of Po Melvin's was shot and killed while on board a DART train near Market Center Station. Lemaine says Gormley was out with friends celebrating his birthday, which was just the day before on Sunday.
He did the right thing. He took a DART train because he knew he'd be drinking. He went downtown to Deep Ellum, and then he's on his way back at 10 o'clock at night, and his life is snuffed out of him. It's so sad.
According to the arrest.
Okay, so who do y'all think did this, man? Who y'all think snuffed out this guy, man? Who y'all think snuffed out this guy, man? Who y'all think did it? Who's guilty of this, man? Who did this, man? Who snuffed out this white guy, man? Salute to everybody watching, man, on Black Colombo and on Ak Nation and on X, man. Son, man. All right, man. Let's see, man. Let's see who whacked this guy, man.
According to the arrest affidavit, police say Gormley was shot 3 times by 27-year-old Christopher Aiken.
Jesus. Salute to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building once again. Once again, salute to Barry B, man. $27. That dude last night was 30. And he looked like he was 75. This nigga look like, god damn, this nigga look like he fucking 50 or some shit. This nigga is an old looking 50-year-old. It looked like he just got his dreads cut off or some shit. He look like he in the middle of he looked like he a homeless man, but in the middle of a makeover and shit. Like they cut his dreads off. Next they gonna like, fucking exfoliate his skin and shit, pick his hair out and give him a nice cut. This nigga look rough, Jack. That's one rough looking son, man. Woo! How did you get into it with this? How did you get into it with this guy, dude? You know this white guy was nice as shit. You could tell this was I'm not gonna say he was perfect because I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about. I'm sure this white guy, he could have been reasoned with, or whatever the situation was. You didn't have to shoot him. Let me put it like that. I can assume, I was sure that you didn't have to shoot this guy. You know what I'm saying? Look at his friend, man. His friend said, what did his friend say?
He was always very dependable, very hospitable. He was a great employee. He was always here early. He would bring in donuts for the staff, paid out of his own pocket. He was a good man, good employee.
But on Monday night, the backbone of Poe Melvins was shot and killed while on board a DART train near Market Center Station. Lemaine says Gormley was out with friends celebrating his birthday, which was just the day before.
Yo, celebrating his birthday.
On Sunday.
He did the right thing. He took a DART train because he knew he'd be drinking. He went downtown to Deep Ellum, and then he's on his way back at 10 o'clock at night, and his life is snuffed out of him. It's so sad.
According to the arrest affidavit, police say Gormley was shot 3 times by 27-year-old Christopher Akins. A DART rail operator told investigators he witnessed Gormley and Akins get into a verbal argument while on the train. That's when the operator says Gormley told Akins to get off the train, and moments later, Akins shot Gormley.
Oh, yeah. You told that son, man, to get off the train? You told him to get off the train? You did what? You did what, white man? Jeez. Damn, white man. You told that son, all right, get off the train. I tell you, man, get off the train. That son man said, what? Go. Damn. Man. Where's the outrage, man? Another white dude got his shit turned off. Jeez Christ. That side by side gonna be a motherfucker, boy. That side by side is going to be a motherfucker. When they make the feed, the meme or whatever, this side by side gonna be a motherfucker, boy. Jeez. Told that man get off the train. That man finitoed his ass instantly.
Devastating to the restaurant and devastating to the community. I mean,
laying near the entrance of a train car, he died at the scene. Akins to get off the train, and moments later, Akins shot Gormley. Gormley was found laying near the entrance of a train car. He died at the scene.
This is devastating to the restaurant and devastating to the community. I mean, everybody loved Daniel, and people really liked him. All the customers really loved him, and of course the staff did as well. So we don't know where we're going from here.
Lemaine says Gormley doesn't have any local family, and it's been frustrating trying to find out more information on how this all happened. As this service bar now sits empty, so does the space Gormley once filled. The Poe Melvin family is thankful for the memories they're left with.
I'm just so grateful that Daniel was part of our restaurant for so many years, and he was part of our family. I mean, he was part of the brand, so he's definitely going to be missed.
In Dallas, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
Jeez. Damn. Homie got his shit pushed back. Another white dude. God damn.
New tonight, a man who stabbed a student to death on UT's campus will be released from a mental health hospital. The ruling comes 8 years after the attack in 2017. Kendricks White killed Harrison Brown and injured 3 others.
This shit is just getting worse, man. How do white people watch this shit, man? How do y'all gliders watch this shit, man? How do y'all watch this shit, man? Let's see if we can get let's see if we can get 10 people to take the $5 challenge. Let's see if we get 10 people to take the $5 pledge. Let's make that goal, man. If you're being entertained tonight, man. If you're being informed and entertained tonight. Because I don't think a lot of these stories are going to be in the mainstream, man. I don't think a lot of these stories are going to be in the mainstream. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter, man. Salute to people watching on Black Columbo, and salute to people watching on Ock Nation. Hit the like button. Jesus Christ, this shit give me a motherfucking. It gets on my nerves, man. Jeez.
New tonight, a man who stabbed a student to death on UT's campus will be released from a mental health hospital. The ruling comes 8 years after the attack in 2017. Kendricks White killed Harrison Brown and injured 3 others. KVU's Brianna Perez is here with reaction to this decision. Brianna.
Yeah, Mark, it was a long day in court, spanning nearly 8 hours of testimony that included White, his mother, and the mother of Harrison Brown. Eventually, a Travis County judge ruled that White can be released and placed into a group home for outpatient care. White has been in the Kerrville State Hospital receiving mental health treatment for the last 8 years. He was arrested in 2017 for the attack and charged with murder in Harrison Brown's death, plus 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In 2018, a Travis County judge found White not guilty by reason of insanity on all counts.
Ain't nothing wrong with that nigga, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that nigga either, man. That nigga running game, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that nigga. Shout out to S Freak, man. S Freak is in the building. That's 1 down, man. We got 9 to go, man. Shout out to S Freak, man. Ain't nothing wrong with this nigga. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He been playing y'all all this time. Damn. He killed this white boy, man. What did this white boy do to him, man? I know that white boy wouldn't in a million years run up on that nigga with no static. Press 1. That white boy didn't run up on that nigga. That white boy on the cross country team, man. Jeez.
Outpatient care. White has been in the Kerrville State Hospital receiving mental health treatment for the last 8 years. He was arrested in 2017 for the attack and charged with murder in Harrison Brown's death, plus 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In 2018, a Travis County judge found White not guilty by reason of insanity on all counts. Forensic psychiatrist Dr. Maureen Burrows testified today that while she declared White insane in 2018, she says he has been recovering and believes the outpatient management plan created by his care team is adequate. Meanwhile, some public safety advocates who have been following the case now call this a failure to the community.
We acknowledge that he was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Looking back, yes, we need our state legislators and the governor and everyone in power who makes those decisions. We would have liked to have seen a jury trial in this case, this horrific tragedy on our campus, but that didn't happen. So that's why we're here now.
During the hearing, the Travis County District Attorney's Office said their mental health unit opposed White's release due to the nature of the offenses, for the safety of the community, and considering the wishes of the victims and their families. In a statement, DA Jose Garza said, quote, "We hoped for a different outcome. However, we respect the judge's decision and are grateful that the judge has imposed restrictions to monitor Mr. White during his outpatient care," end quote. Now, White will still be under order of the court, but will be released from the hospital into a group home, which is set to be supervised 24/7. Now, as part of his outpatient management plan, he will have to meet with a psychiatrist at least once a month and case managers 2 times a week. In studio, Brianna Perez, KVUE News.
Damn. Damn.
You know, I could come face to face on the street with my son's killer.
A man found not guilty by reason of insanity in the 2017 stabbing of a UT student may soon get out of a mental hospital. A hearing to decide whether Kendrix White has rehabilitated enough for outpatient services is set for this Wednesday. As part of KXAN's Brianna Hollis's series exploring the imprints of crime in our communities, she takes a closer look at this process, the original crime, and what it's been like for the victim's family.
This is a photo of Lori Brown and her son Harrison. Harrison was just 19, a college freshman, when police say he was stabbed and killed on campus right after he got done playing basketball with some friends at Gregory Gym. White was also a student at UT at the time. A year after the stabbing, White's
Okay, so he was also a student.
anticipated days-long trial wrapped up in a single day with the insanity ruling. And 8 years after the case, Harrison Brown's mother is now reliving it all over again.
It's called the Harrison Lake House. It's just a little itty-bitty cottage. I needed space. I needed to go someplace where I could be by myself.
Do you feel him here with you when you're here?
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, I want you to tell me about Harrison as a person.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things. He loved life. He was always happy. He had so many friends, all kinds of friends. Everybody loved Harrison. There was a note that I saw posted on his dorm door that, you know, Harrison was the one that always sang in the bathroom, and people would go by just to listen to him sing, and like, man, who is that kid in there singing?
Heard there was a secret chord David played, and it pleased the Lord.
He was a great student. He involved himself in so many different things.
Breaking news right now from the University of Texas campus. Austin police say one person is dead and several people have been stabbed. Graham ISD confirms 19-year-old Harrison Brown has died. Graham is about an hour south of Wichita Falls. Brown was in his first year at UT.
May 1st, 2017, and I was on the phone with Harrison. And we were talking about his day. He had just finished playing basketball with some friends at Gregory Gym. We said goodbye, I love you, and 10 minutes later, the phone rang. I answered it, hello, and on the other end was a stranger's voice, and it was a female, and her voice was shaking. And I will never forget these words as long as I live. She said, "There is blood profusely coming out of his chest. He has been stabbed."
Freshman Harrison Brown stabbed to death by fellow Longhorn Kendrix White. Jury declared White not guilty by reason of insanity.
I walked around for a little bit, just kind of enjoying the ambiance. It was weird because no one would notice me.
White says he felt invisible, that no one would even smile back at him. And even after he pulled out the knife, no one acknowledged it. Then he says his memory shut off. He has no recollection of stabbing anyone.
I had a dream where it actually showed in my face. I thought maybe it was possible that I could have done it, but I didn't remember doing it myself, if that makes any sense.
All the doctors agreed White has schizoaffective disorder. He hears voices and at times thinks he's Jesus.
I have no sympathy or empathy for Harrison's murderer. And I hope and pray that he will never have an opportunity to harm another person.
When someone's found not guilty by reason of insanity in the state of Texas, that's it when it comes to the trial. So if White is released from the state hospital, he won't face a jury again. His attorney doesn't have a comment at this time, but explained that if White is released into outpatient care, the courts will still monitor that process. The district attorney's office in a statement says it opposes White's release and at the upcoming hearing will request that he remain in inpatient care for the safety of the community.
You know, although I have a place for him being sick, it doesn't change the fact that I lost my son in a horribly violent way. I wanted his personal belongings. When I did get his backpack, it was a blood-stained backpack, and I went through that backpack. And the treasures that I found in there, just truly treasures. Some made me cry and some made me smile. I still have the backpack and everything in it. On a little piece of paper, he had 5 goals that he had jotted down: to make music. He loved music. Produce and work in film, to be happy, and to find a cure for ALS. His goals, his heart, his dreams, and all of that was ripped away.
Now, you may be wondering where that goal of finding a cure for ALS came from. Harrison's father was battling the disease while Harrison was at UT and actually passed away shortly after Harrison did. Kendrix White's hearing is set for October 1st. The judge has told us cameras aren't allowed inside, but we will be there to bring you the latest. In the studio, Brianna Hollis, KXAN News.
Wow. Strong mom, man. What a strong mother, man. Damn. There's no advantage to being white. I mean, absolutely no advantage, man. White people get a lot of flack. There's no advantage to being white. None. You get no fucking advantages in the system, man. No advantages in the system to being white. Oh, man.
Well, breaking into our newsroom this morning on 12, a man is recovering after being stabbed multiple times late last night on a 4 train. It happened at a station in Mont Haven that's no stranger to violence. News 12's Brittany Cadet joins us now from the 40th Precinct with the latest details. So, Brittany, what do police say happened?
Yeah, Noel, I mean, it was first and foremost a very bold attack with a sharp object. Police say that the man who was stabbed was actually going north on a 4 train when he was stabbed multiple times in his torso. Now, this all happened late last night around 10:45, so you can just imagine just late, maybe an empty cart there. But the man is still out there this morning. Cops say they found the 26-year-old man stabbed in the torso at the 149th Street station on the Grand Concourse. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. According to police sources, it's unclear if the two knew each other, but we do know that there was an argument before the attack. And like Noel said, this isn't the first time we've reported a stabbing there at that train station. Back in January, a 25-year-old man was stabbed on a 5 train at the 149th Street station. And despite the recent attacks we told you about, it was actually covering a subway crime yesterday where a man was robbed as he was going up the stairs in the Elder Avenue station. And despite, again, those attacks that we have been telling you about, Governor Kathy Hochul says that system-wide crime is actually down. It was actually down the entire summer, record low numbers. And here in the Bronx, transit crime is actually down a little bit more than 12%. For now, we're live here.
Trump can come and get it down fucking 50% in 1 week. Jeez. Jeez. Yikes. Whew. Salute to NCF 88. Salute to you, bro. NCF 88, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. IU McCoy says Black Columbo on the case day, night, and often mornings. Shout out to you. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. IU McCoy, man. We are on the case, man. We are on the case, man. Jesus Christ. So much. And listen, I can do all these stories and come back tomorrow morning and have all fresh stories. I can come back tomorrow morning and have all fresh stories. That's how much crime niggas commit. That's how much crime niggas commit.
We're following new developments out of West Phoenix. A driver was shot earlier this morning on the I-10 near 39th Avenue. Officers say it may have started as a case of road rage.
12 News journalist Jade Cunningham joins us now from the scene with what we know. Jade.
Good evening. We are here at the 39th Avenue overpass, and the freeway, the I-10, is right to my side here. You can see that all lanes of traffic are moving, although relatively slow just because of the time of day. But earlier today, it was a much different picture. There were several lanes on the westbound side that had to be closed off for this investigation. We actually have some video from the scene earlier today. Now, the victim in this was in the red car, and a handful of detectives we saw were here at the scene for this investigation. And what we've been able to confirm at this time is that authorities were called about a shooting around 9:45 or 10 a.m. or so. We know that a person was shot in the leg and that person was taken to a hospital. Now, what condition that individual is in at this time is unclear. Now, that did, though, begin that investigation. DPS troopers were seen here throughout the day. At one point, we actually saw troopers shut down westbound lanes of I-10 in its entirety to do a sweep of the interstate. It was quite interesting to see as we watched them walking down, stopping every once in a while, bending over, picking something up, possible evidence maybe. They also had drones in the sky, and they also spoke with witnesses, it seems like. We saw them talking with a couple of people there at the scene. Now, obviously, a lot of people were interested in what was going on today. Some we spoke with saying violence is never the answer.
It never has been, and it shouldn't be the answer. But shooting someone just isn't morally correct, and it should not. Yeah, just be kind to one another. Just as God says, respect one another, love each other. Violence is not the answer.
I actually reached out to DPS to see if there were any updates not too long ago, and they said there were no updates at this time. I also asked if there was any sort of description in terms of the suspect or the vehicle that suspect was in, and they said not at this time. So still so many questions that we have. We will continue to follow this. You can stay with 12 News on air and online for the latest. In Phoenix, Jade Cunningham, 12 News.
Jade, thank you.
I think we know who did that. Most of those road shootings, most people that just pull out a gun and shoot at you, you know. Let's see, man.
The deadly shooting caught on camera in West Baltimore, leading to questions about resident safety in the area. Fox 45's Keith Daniels, he's been following this story for us all night.
He joins us live right now with a look into the investigation and how city leaders are responding. Keith.
Well, Kai and Maxine, police have released, frankly, stunning images of that shooting. Two bold suspects caught on camera. And tonight, those images and pressing a city leader about the safety of his constituents. On North Avenue, near Druid Hill Avenue in West Baltimore, there's peace at this hour. No sign of the daytime deadly gun violence that erupted earlier. The incident caught on camera. Police releasing the images with a tweet Wednesday. Investigators seeking the identity of the suspects. Look at them. They appear to be two males jumping out of a dark-colored car, both wearing black hoodies. One of them wearing yellow gloves, possibly hiding distinguished marks on his hands. Both with guns. They point the weapons down the block and open fire. The victim, 31-year-old Virgil Holland, with a gunshot wound to the head, killed about a half block away from his home. One man who lives in the area,
that's why I couldn't go to the store, okay.
After watching the video, saddened, then angered by what he saw. The gunfire in his community that potentially puts innocent bystanders in harm's way.
It makes things worse for everybody else. Like, everybody needs to go to the store here. This is our means of getting food, just coming out here to eat, and whatever else we need to do. Everything else is far away. You know, it's a convenience for us.
Their convenience on that day shattered by the bullets. The shooting happened last Friday, September 26th, just after 4 p.m. City Councilman James Torrance,
I know for sure that the way that our investigations are going, we're going to close this.
Who represents the district where the brazen shooting happened, was back on the block today. Outraged, he says. But beyond his outrage, we asked the councilman, despite the number of shootings and homicides in the city trending in the right direction, downward, what is he doing to help constituents who might not feel safe?
We are now building relationships in the community in West Baltimore where people feel safe enough to say, this person shot me. That is a big difference from the stop snitching culture. Our community is fighting back and working with us and trusting us. That's why we've removed people from communities who have been victims of crimes. We now are buying them and paying for apartments. We're giving them the safe places. We're getting them connected to violence interruption. We're getting them connected to therapy. We're getting them all those things.
Well, there's a reward for up to $8,000 for any information that leads to an arrest and charges in this case, but you've got to call Metro Crime Stoppers, the number here, and remember, you can remain anonymous. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Wow.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also,
so much motherfucking crime, man. Chesapeake, Virginia.
We begin with the story still developing tonight. Police in Chesapeake are trying to solve the shooting of another teen as he clings to life. 10 at your side's Markeisha Jackson spent the evening in that neighborhood talking with residents as police search for a suspect.
Seaboard Avenue residents and authorities are concerned after finding out that yet another shooting has impacted the life of a teenager.
Not that one is more tragic than the other, but when it's a young person, you know, they got their whole life ahead of them, you know what I mean? So yeah, that definitely adds a little bit of severity to the situation.
That's what Chesapeake Police PIO shared after responding to today's shooting in the 1100 block of Seaboard Avenue involving a teenager. The victim, a 17-year-old boy, left with life-threatening injuries. It comes not even a week after someone shot and killed a 15-year-old boy in Chesapeake. Authorities just want this youth violence to end.
Our police department has a resource officer in every middle and high school. Those resource officers are there to be reached out to. As a plea to the young population of our city. If you know or seen anything of potential violence, reach out to us.
Seaboard Avenue residents are shocked by what unfolded on their street today.
It's very sad. This is a kid area. All the teenagers love it around here. They always are playing, having a great time. Never an area where you would think that this would happen.
Police have no suspect information, but they hope people of all ages make better choices that don't involve bullets.
It scares me. It's really scary.
We would like to learn about these potential situations and head them off before tragedy like this happens.
Chesapeake police are continuing to investigate. If you have any information regarding this crime, you are urged to contact police at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. In Chesapeake, Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
They talk about people with, wow, oh, we got a white girl here. White girl.
Suspect Shannon Goff has an extensive criminal history, according to online court records, including 5 prior first-degree burglary convictions. Today, she had a bail hearing for cases in 2 different counties, for 1 burglary in Severna Park and 2 others in Ellicott City.
Oh, this is her from last night.
The alleged serial burglar, who seemed unfazed to encounter a barking dog in that home security footage from Ellicott City on the 17th, worked for a dog kennel, officials say, for 2 years. And police say Goff was positively identified by one of her former co-workers at the kennel and her former employer, too. Police say they were among the members of the public who saw Ms. Goff's photos and video posted and called in tips.
Without their help, this case may have stagnated a little bit, and we couldn't do the investigation that we did.
Police in both jurisdictions say the arrest and the charges that have been filed made possible by the power of the public.
We then did a search warrant at a residence in Glen Burnie, not the suspect's residence, but a residence in Glen Burnie, and ultimately recovered a lot of evidence there linking the suspect to these 3 burglaries.
And court charging documents allege she had the same MO and wore the same outfits, too, in all 3 of the instances. Breaks in through a rear or basement window to illegally enter the home, ransacks the residence before emerging about 10 minutes later with stolen computers, jewelry, power tools, and, in one case, a surveillance camera, too. Today's bail hearing covered both counties' cases, 15 total criminal charges, and Ms. Goff declined to participate, the judge was told. The judge ordered her held without bail at the Jennifer Road Detention Center. In Glen Burnie, I'm Kate Amara, WBAL TV 11 News.
Thank you, Kate Amara, man. Wow. Let's switch gears, man, and go to the other. It's a lot of going on, man. We did a. Oh, hold on. Let me switch. Let me make sure I switch to. We did a McDonald's, a sister acting crazy at McDonald's earlier today. And salute at McDonald's. I like the new sleek new design of these McDonald's, man. Too bad you can't get rid of these fucking sons. But we did a story earlier today of a sister wilding out at McDonald's. Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Salute to everybody watching on X, Ock Nation News, and Black Columbo. All right, here we go.
Get that shit. Get that shit. Oh shit! Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah, stupid.
Oh yeah! What the fuck?
Now get busy. Get busy. Stop grabbing. Stop grabbing. Stop grabbing. Stop grabbing. Fuck nigga. Stop grabbing. Yeah, dummy. Get your stupid ass up. Get your dumb ass up. Dumb ass little boy. Don't touch. Don't touch. Ooh. The fuck? Come get busy, nigga.
Ooh, shit.
Women ain't supposed to be able to fight like that, man. Listen. Women are not supposed to fight like that, man. That shit is ugly, man.
An organization that was created in the mid-2010s is trying to claim ownership of a flag created in 1967. A anti-Pan-African organization is trying to claim a flag that had African symbols embedded inside of it. Don't take my word for it, look it up. The sword in this flag symbolizes the authority and leadership of Moorish fighters from the 8th century. The 8th century that came before the plantation. You know the plantation? The one y'all love to say y'all lineage started on? Yeah, that one. Well, according to the designers of this flag, this fig wreath represents an ancient African fruit that comes before the plantation. This right here all illustrates that the African American heritage is something that is so beautiful and magnificent. It predates before masters started putting us in this foundation of America, being able to strip us from our labor and being able to separate us from our flesh. Being against immigration is not gonna get us our reparations, as well as clicking up with white supremacists won't do it either. Hey, shout out to all the black Americans that don't have to champion mass deportation, that don't have to be a white supremacist sympathizer to be proud of their black heritage. Shout out to all the black Americans that ain't gotta fight with immigrants to be able to affirm their blackness. Hey, shout out to us. We out here, man. An organization that was
You know, where do that? Where do that? Oh, you fucking create the ball. Yo, you shoot, motherfucker. Shoot.
Damn. That's how crazy you got to be to have a store. His sons are around, man. That's how crazy you got to be. Another sister fighting? Lord.
Going to jail for domestic violence case. Got to see this nigga in here, y'all. Big bop, bop, bop. Shout out to
Yo, how do you press charges and end up going to jail? How does that work? Now, I read the caption. She pressing DV charges on her boyfriend. However, I knew something was up when I seen her
boxing in the video. Shadow boxing for no reason.
Big bop, bop, bop. She over here smiling.
From ear to ear.
She know, yeah. Like, yeah. He's going in. Little did we know, she was putting the beats on him. What a surprise. She was beating on him like Gohan versus the Cell Juniors. She was beating on him like Orochimaru with the third Hokage. Beating on him like Killer Bee and Sasuke. She was just putting hands, feet, and everything on him. And she thought, I just don't understand. How do you know you whooping somebody and you about to take them to court? What happened? What's crazy is that bro was probably waiting for this moment the entire relationship. He just couldn't do it.
I didn't know one reference he just mentioned. None of the references he mentioned I knew of. Oh, we covered this story a while back. This Republican got set on fire by this crazy fucking liberal, but this wasn't, I don't think this was political violence. I think this is an update on that story. Salute to everybody out there, man. Hit the like button, support the channel. Let's see.
Shotzi Buck Hayes appeared in General District Court for a preliminary hearing. He faces charges of attempted first-degree murder and aggravated malicious wounding for allegedly setting Danville Councilman Lee Vogler on fire on July 30th.
His shirt had been burned off, his chest was very pink, and his arms were really, really bad.
The first witness was Vogler's co-worker, Stephen Seipel, who was at the office when it happened and described seeing Buck Hayes chasing after Vogler with a bucket. An investigator also took the stand, revealing what Buck Hayes told him after the incident.
He stated that he had set the person on fire who had had an affair with his wife.
Did you ask what his intent was?
He said that his intent was to kill Lee Vogler.
The final person to speak was Vogler's wife. She said Vogler has second and third degree burns on 60% of his body, and doctors took an additional 35% of his skin to cover the burns.
He's been shocked, burn shock, septic shock, smoke injury, and burns to his lungs, so he suffered pneumonia.
We put on 3 witnesses.
Damn, burns to his lungs, so he inhaled this shit. Burns to his lungs.
To establish probable cause that Mr. Buck Hayes attempted to murder Lee Vogler and that he did in fact commit aggravated malicious wounding.
Those charges were certified by the judge and moved to a grand jury. If Buck Hayes is found guilty, he could face up to life in prison.
Normally when you're shot, you heal up. That's why it's only malicious wounding. This is aggravated malicious wounding because the extent of his injuries are both severe and permanent. That's why the charge is aggravated. It brings more time, 20 to life, versus a regular malicious wounding.
Shotzi Buck Hayes.
Wow.
Come on down to the water, you know. Any body of water, it don't matter which body of water it is, you just go to that body of water. And this how you go know. You grab that water like that, and you pick up some and you do like that. If that water wet, it's got gators in it. That's how you know it got gators in that water. How you can tell they got gator in that water? So So you go come down a little more. Come on down to the water, you know. Any body of water, it don't matter which body of water it is, you just go to that body of water. And this how you go know. You grab that water like that, and you pick up some and you do like that. If that water wet, it's got gators in it. That's how you know they got gators in that.
Oh shit. That's like my kids, man. My kids, man, they close like that. What the fuck just happened? Now they do this to avoid state snakes. That's some hella shit though. I ain't gonna lie, man. These motherfuckers are they do this to avoid snakes. Yeah, I think this Ethiopia, right? Yeah. Stick boys in Ethiopia. They probably still gonna get roasted in the chat. Jesus. It can stand up to 6 feet in the air when it's threatened. Damn it, Jim. That is terrifying. Man.
Okay, listen closely to the words that come out of this girl's mouth.
It's so annoying how white people think that they could just take up so much fucking space.
I mean, I don't take up a whole lot of space. I'm just literally existing.
Whether that be on the sidewalk, on the train, when there's a crowded train, they'll leave their backpacks on. Like,
Where else would they put them? Would you rather somebody take their backpack off and set it on a seat that somebody else could sit, or, okay.
bitches leave their bags on their shoulder. You see.
Yeah, because if I'm taking public transportation and I need to get on and I have a bag, I want you to imagine that the roles were reversed. Imagine somebody like me, a white girl, got on here and said those kind of ignorant things. I would be shredded apart. I would be canceled from everything. I would probably lose my job. I would be banned from like, the double standard is unbelievable nowadays. I would never get on and say those kind of things because I don't have that mindset to think such stupid, hateful, racist things. Make it make sense, guys. How is it okay for some people, but other people get shredded apart and canceled?
Oh yeah, this is the shield, the energy shield master. The energy shield master, man. This guy, he can create an energy shield around him with his mind. And this is a martial arts expert. He challenges a martial arts expert to see if he can hit him. Energy shield master versus martial arts expert. I'm going with energy shield guy, man. Who you got? I got energy shield guy, man. Yeah, I'm going with energy shield guy, man, over the martial arts expert, man. Oh, that's right, energy shield, man. Energy shield dude slapped the shit out of his ass. That's right, energy shield. Woo! Slap the shit out of his ass, energy shield, man. Oh, shit. That was a mean uppercut. I ain't gonna lie. That uppercut was mean. Now that's a punch. That makes me proud. That's a punch that makes me proud. I can co-sign that punch. Come on, energy shield guy. Come on, energy shield guy. Let's go, energy shield. There you go. Shake it off.
Все, Сань, нормально, не надо.
Okay. I should have went with martial arts expert, man. I should have went with the martial arts expert. This is Seattle. I should have went with the martial arts expert, man.
Hey, don't forget, you guys are still on stolen Native land. Natives like me had to get killed for all you guys to be here. Don't forget that. Oh! Oh! Don't forget, you guys are on stolen Native land, man. Native land, man. I just want you to know how many natives are out here supporting. I'm just saying, man. I'm Scoppy Bakani Nisatapi, man. Truth hurts, son. Truth hurts, huh, bro? This is native land, bro. Native land, bro. Oh! It's native land, bro. Don't forget that shit, dog.
Some of this shit, what's this? The Democratic Attorney General. Nevada chief investigator who teaches preventing police on police confrontations. Oh, this is Nevada chief investigator. William Scott. Let's see this shit, man.
Okay. Why you being
Call him a faggot.
Okay. You're being you said both ways. Clearly you don't. And this is why you got a ticket. Bye. I got enough money to pay for mine, faggot. Actually, you use the speakerphone. Okay. You can't have it in your hand though. I'm retired. I appreciate it. With Metro, and I am the chief of investigations right now with AG. Okay, so then you know the law then.
The law, which Scott works to uphold every day as the chief of investigations at the Nevada Attorney General's office. A LinkedIn profile saying he instructs courses including preventing police-on-police confrontations, ethics in leadership, even developing a course called Policing with Pride.
So maybe I'll just call Kevin and just tell Kevin you give me a hard time because perfect. I'm telling you, I didn't know, dude.
Kevin, as in Clark County Sheriff Kevin McMahill, Scott himself joining Metro in 1991, retiring about 5 years ago as a captain before the Attorney General appointed him to his taxpayer-funded leadership position.
Sit in the car, sir. Stop. Hey, I'm just telling you. Go sit in the car. Why are you being every like time? Every second I spend with you tells me that there's no way that you're a retired cop.
Minutes into the stop, Scott gets out of the state vehicle, trying to prove he's a retired cop. The traffic officer later returning with a ticket for holding that phone while driving. Records show the Las Vegas Municipal Court would later lower that ticket to a parking violation.
There you go, right there, buddy. All right. Yeah. So you just led with that. Why you being
Scott then starts arguing, dropping names and an anti-gay slur.
Clearly you don't. And this is why you got a ticket. Bye. I got enough money to pay for mine, faggot. Okay. Very classy. I'm so glad that you're retired and not with the department anymore. Why you doing?
Jeez.
I'm not discussing nothing. It's my birthday. I'm not getting off.
Okay, then you're either going to get off the road, I'm going to call the Atlanta police, and they're going to take you off and take you to jail.
I don't got my lawyer. I don't call my lawyer right now.
Call, man. You coming with us or not?
Another sister talking about she gonna call her lawyer.
Right now.
Are you coming
I'm
with
not
us?
getting off this plane. So give me a warrant. Where's the warrant at? It's my birthday. Are you serious?
Get off the aircraft.
Get off.
This is something. Wow. Lois Lane. Nobody's not going to touch me. Do you have a warrant to touch me?
I told you. It was going to be here.
Oh, this is this.
Did I call it or no?
This is weird. Why?
I told you no.
Because the flight attendants have asked me that you're not going to be on this flight, okay?
I don't understand.
Okay, well, if you come out here, I'll explain it.
I'm not getting off this plane.
Okay,
though.
maybe you'll spend your birthday. You're going to spend your birthday in jail.
In jail?
If the police have to take you off this aircraft,
I'm not getting off this
you're
plane.
going to jail.
If I go to jail, I swear to God. Give me where's your paperwork? No, I need a warrant. Where is a warrant? I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm not. So show me the protocols of the airline where I have to get off this airline. Show me the protocols. Show me what I signed. Please put it in my face before I get off of this plane. We should have been gone.
Auntie,
Put it in my. I'm not moving.
Auntie, they say if you get off, you don't have to go to jail. But if the police gotta get you off, you're gonna spend your birthday in jail, Auntie.
I'm not getting off.
But you don't want to go to jail, Auntie.
Why am I getting off?
Come on, Auntie. We don't want you in jail, Auntie. Come on now.
You can just come with me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to make everyone come.
We'll make everybody get off the plane. Where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork?
There is no
I paid the ticket. So the ticket did not say if an official walk on the plane, I have to get off.
All right, guys, I do apologize. We are going to have to ask everyone to get off the plane. And then we're going to have to report you. You can leave your stuff, but we do need everyone in your boarding pass. Come off the plane.
Girl, bye.
Yikes. Remember this from yesterday? Who remembers this story from yesterday? First one, if you remember this story from yesterday. The bouncer choked the guy. The white dude tried to tap, but the black dude was like, nah, ain't no tapping. I'm going to kill you out here. Put his head through the windshield. Well, he got arrested. He got arrested, charged with aggravated assault. Kevin Weaver, 41, charged with aggravated assault. I told you he was trying to kill him. I mean, I told you he was going to get charged with something. Let's see sisters in the nail salon. Sisters in the nail salon. Their reaction to everything is to destroy stuff. And she gonna fill a whole Gatorade pitcher up with soda from the fountain. I never even thought of that. Shit, that's a good idea, man. I might do this, man. I might do this, yo. I might do this. I might do this, man. 213, 2. I might try that, man, next time I go to Costco's, man. Kentucky woman causes $100K in damages during rampage at Little Caesars after being told she would be charged for extra sauce. Jeez.
Along with us, and let's get some. So YouTube, this your girl Quay, and yes, we at Sam's doing the shopping haul. So y'all come along with us, and let's get some stuff out of Sam's. I'm really just gonna be a very short video, just a little tic tac, boom bam. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, let's get into it. They got some animal crackers for $8.98, so we just gonna grab one of these. So yeah, my kids like Nutri-Grain bars, so they for a box of 30 seeds for $9.98. So we gonna grab that. We gonna put it on. So yeah, we already started shopping. So we got some chips, some blow pop for the kids, some little bites, some hot chips, some fruit snacks, some Gushers, some powdered donuts. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Meal pies, some honey buns, and yeah, so let's get the Signature Frontier. A box of 2 bags for 49 ounces for $7.98. So we're gonna grab one of those, and they got Frosted Flakes for $7.88, and we're gonna grab one of those. Let's go down to season aisle. So at Sam's, I come here and I get the big old seasoning salt. So I'm gonna grab one of those, and it is for $6.68, which is a good price. And yeah, let's see what else we need. So yeah, that's what we're gonna grab from the season aisle. That's the only thing I'm gonna get out of here. They got some olive oil for $11.48, so we're gonna grab one of these. Yeah. Yellow rice. And they got it for $5.78, so we're gonna grab one of those. Like I said, y'all, the video is not gonna be long. It's gonna be a short video. So we're gonna grab this pack right here for $7.98. It's actually on sale. It's just saving $1. So we're gonna grab one of these with 2 ketchup, mustard, and sweet relish. Get some of this ranch right here for $12.48, and that's the Healing Valley for $12.48, 2 packs. Yeah. So they got the Velveeta macaroni cheese, shell macaroni cheese for $14.98. I usually don't buy these, but I ran out of macaroni cheese, and I went to my sister's house and got this. And she had it, and it tastes pretty good, so I'm gonna grab a case of those. The twins like the ravioli, so we're gonna grab 2 cases of those for the twins. So they got spaghetti noodles, $5.48 for 6 packs of spaghetti noodles. So we're gonna go with those. Some of this regular spaghetti sauce, we're gonna grab one of these. It's a 3-pack for $8.98. So yeah, that's a steal. People grab one of these mashed potatoes. I don't know how much it is quite yet. I'm gonna grab 2 boxes of these because we go through mashed potato like it ain't nothing. And we're gonna get 2 cases of these. I don't know how much it is, but we're gonna get 2. We're gonna get a case of these green beans. We're gonna be 8 cans in a pack. So we're gonna get 2 of these. I'm gonna grab one to serve, and the serving for $6.78. So we're gonna get one of those. $6.78. We're gonna get one of these. We're gonna just the marshmallow, y'all, for $7.98. So yes, I'm gonna get a box of those. So we're gonna grab a fruit of pepper for $6.48. And a box of fruit $8.58. Captain Crunch Berry for $5.98. Lecatron for $7.88. We're gonna grab 1 box of each. So we're gonna for the Go-Gurt, the kids love these. And the peaches, they right there together. So we're gonna get a box of those for $10.98. And we're gonna get the Go-Gurts for $15.98. We're gonna get 1 of each, y'all. We're gonna get these tarts for $9.98. Hello YouTube, this your girl Quay, and yes, we
They always do that shit. They always do that shit, man. They always tear everything up, man. Why you sisters always doing that shit, man? If somebody gotta clean that shit up. They don't care that somebody else got to clean that shit up. The Simpsons. They don't care that somebody got to clean that shit up. Man, salute to everybody out there, man. Shout out, man. I'll probably do a show in the daytime tomorrow, man. I may do a daytime show tomorrow. Most likely, man. Most likely I'll do a daytime show. If you on Twitter and you watching, follow me on Twitter, man. Follow me on Twitter if you're watching. And also hit the like button so you can be notified when I go live tomorrow. We'll do another show during the daytime tomorrow, man. Hit the like button. We're looking for some people to share this on social media, man. It would be nice if you guys could just simply hit the share button and share it to your social media. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here, man.